Hey, it's Blast Miner
And
Dad,
Fish Builder,
and we're the father and son,
Minecraft build team.
and we are building our 1.8 Minecraft city map, right, Fritz?
Yep.
That is going to be a server quite soon, where I'm working on the logistics of making this server pretty soon, right? And at least for right now, it'll be a whitelist server for the friends of ours to get on it. But will be available as soon as they have all the stuff for 1.8, which they still don't have anything for 1.8, right? I've been looking like every day to see when they get like Forge and all that, but it'll be a while. But hey, we're working on it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see what we've done today.
I also fixed my fountain where I put like blocks in the inside.
Let's see your fountain.
Cause there used to be spots on there that were empty or looked weird, and I fixed them by putting blocks under the spots where the block is. Cause apparently, if you have a block, like you have two blocks here, here, can you give me the keyboard?
Wait,
I could show you. I could show you.
okay, is this soul sand? What is this?
No, that's regular granite. That's
Okay.
not polished granite.
Okay, well, hold on a second here. Let's pass off.
Let me show you. Cause like there used to be the water, like it would go down right here, but I fixed it where I put blocks there and it wouldn't do it.
Okay.
And I filled the blocks there so it doesn't look weird, and also it looks nice when you fly up. And it's a pretty big fountain, and I really like it.
Yeah, it's pretty. What are you gonna do for the ground though? It's not gonna be that ground out there, is it? I mean, we're gonna have like a nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking this because you know, like those little stone bricks that they use out in patios and looks like cobblestone, but it looks.
Oh, you
more
mean
of
like
an
in real life?
Yeah,
But-
it looks orangish color.
Yeah.
It looks like that, and I thought it just matched with my fountains really good.
I don't
mean,
know.
my
I don't
fountain.
know if I like that floor though. That it looks
nice.
It looks like dirt.
No, it doesn't.
It kind of looks like. Well, maybe it just needs some jazz in it or something.
No, it looks perfect.
I guess it's.
It matches.
Okay, well, I guess it's just the dirt around it. Maybe if we get rid of the dirt, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, the dirt's gonna be gone eventually, anyways.
Yeah, because I mean that's not going to be there for very long. So I did a lot of work on my road. Did you see my road that I?
Yeah, I saw
I
your
finished
road.
that, and it's directional. So the top goes one way, and the bottom goes another way.
And I actually made a like those bowls, and then the fountains, and then the water comes out of it, and then it lands on the wider bowl, and then it comes out of that and lands on the wider bowl and comes into the.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
thing.
I think it looks good.
Actually, some of them, because it gets one block wider.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to make a pattern so it drops down from the middle. This one drops down from the corners. This one drops down to the middle and to the bottom. And you know, like you can throw what is it, like gold nuggets?
You're gonna throw gold nuggets in there?
You know, like when they do with the wishing wells and all that.
Oh, a wishing well.
Or
Yeah,
or you
but
go to
then
the mall
when you
and
walk next to it, you're gonna pick up all your gold. And I noticed you threw us some villagers
yeah.
out here, right? But there's nowhere for them to open and close the doors. They're so disappointed.
Yeah.
There's a little door right there. They love opening and closing doors. That's like all they're good for. All right.
I
Hey.
think my doors
buddy.
are done.
Ah, fisherman. He's got string. Yeah, no. So I know you need to work on your buildings, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make it look a lot like that previous city map that we work on, right? I think that's kind of the goal of this server is we're doing a big city build, right? So I'm working on the bottom.
Previous city, but probably even bigger.
And I don't think I show everybody this new minecart station I worked on. So you hit the pressure plate, and you get there it goes. you get a cart, right? So it'll go, and this is the light that will tell you if there are carts present in here. And if you get a cart and you come in, let's see, not all the time will it fall into the hopper because of the way I built it. So let's get over this hump here. So you'll break that, and half the time it'll end up in your inventory, but then you could just throw it in here if you want. And I did that because, remember the problem we had before we would, like, fall through the floor?
Yeah.
And I think it bugged people that they would fall through the floor. So I kind of got rid of that. This one ends up having one right here, and I think that might work better for sucking up the cart. Let me grab this cart. Get another mine cart, and let's see if it'll get it in my inventory. It'll suck it up. Ended up over there. Let's see, let me look at my inventory. Oh, well, I got a bazillion carts. I can't tell. I don't know. So, I think if you... Yeah, see, it just went right in that one. So that might be a solution, is you put the hopper on the next end right here, right? Instead of right by the cactus. And that way it has more chance of falling in there, and then you don't end up falling in the hole, right? I think that's a pretty annoying bug. So anyway, that's the first little minecart station here, and I've got this to go all the way over here. And of course, we're doing all this by hand now, right? We're not doing any world edit because world edit is not out for 1.8 Minecraft yet. So this is all by hand, and it's taking quite a bit of time cutting this out all by hand. I mean, it
actually took me quite a lot of time to cut out the ground to put my
I mean, this takes forever.
It took me a long time to cut out the ground for my granite.
Yeah, this is not a trivial thing.
It's just not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy to repetitive stuff over and over and over and over and over again, and it's quite a bit to do that. So I did that, and so it goes under the ground over here, right, Fritz? So the I can't even say the word. Railroad goes under the ground, and it's going to go this way and cut out to the other end of Little Daddy's Peninsula Island here, and then make its way back around to this end, and there will be a stop right there. And then the road...
So basically a giant, like
a circle.
Yeah, but not really shaped in a circle.
Right. And this is a directional roads, too. This road goes this direction, and so as you're going through here, it says, oh no, your left lane is going to have to merge right here. The road gets a little bit smaller. Notice how my road gets smaller? And sharp turns ahead. Watch out for those sharp turns. So I've got some sharp mountain turns over here, and with these little gates here to keep you sort of from falling off the road into the water. And I'm not sure if I like this yet. That I'm experimenting on how I am going to do things with the road.
When we get forged, we can get forged microblocks. I can fix that for you.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Once we get forged microblocks, this will kind of go away. So I'm thinking that this will go away, because when I back out, it looks junky.
Because it's got like panels.
Yeah.
And you just put it over the slabs and it'll be fine.
Yeah, because these are half slabs, obviously, right?
Yeah. And you can't put anything on that
right.
to make it look good.
And I can't put anything there. And I've got the road coming this way, and it's going to go out. So it's the same thing. The road's on the top. The road pretty much follows the railroad. But I will have a little stop up here where if you want to get on the road, you actually get on in a little building that's going to be either attached to this one or up in the air. And what will happen is you get on a minecart and you'll just fall straight down. And you'll fall straight down into the hole and get on your path, this way or that way. How's that sound? So you can't stop here, but you go on. And I think that's how I'm going to do my railroad stops in the server, is that there'll be a lot more of those jump on places where you'll get in a building and you're like, okay, I want to get into the railroad, and you get on a cart and it'll drop you into the spot to go, and you'll go, right? But when you want to get off, you'll end up getting off at a station stop, like a bigger kind of station, because it takes a lot of work to make these automatic stations. This is not something you can just copy with World Edit or copy with, all that stuff. I mean, this is all by hand, right?
Yeah.
And it gets complicated because, you got to make sure the roads don't match or, go together, all that good stuff, right? Yeah. So this is the part that I'm working on, and you were giving me some good advice here earlier with my building, and I don't know what I want to make this building yet. I'm just making the building. Sort of like the previous city. They just have like a whole bunch of buildings, but nothing's in it. And one thing that we're really good about is detail in our builds, right, Fritz? And we make sure to put all kinds of detail in our buildings. No, not just the architecture of the building, but also that they do things. Things are functional. There's bathrooms and counters, and things have stuff in them.
The problem for most people for that is because they don't want to have to spend the time, like risk the time, because maybe they have to do stuff more often than we do. I mean, we got to do things pretty often, but still we can make detail.
Yeah,
it does take a while.
It takes a while to do the detail, I agree, but I think it's real worth it. And this is one, I made these windows orange to kind of match the walls. These are clay orange walls. And I think you had a good advice of making these clear windows because it was just, the orange was just kind of overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
It was
and
overwhelming
also, it's like
orange.
my building that's still under construction. I'm waiting for forged microblocks so it actually looks better and has better detail.
Well, you might wait a while. Fritz, you might just have to move on to some other buildings or roads or something because it's going to be a while with forged microblocks. I mean, it could be another couple months before we get forge for this, and it'll be longer even before we get mods because I have to get that. It's a, what is it called? The MCPC or whatever. It's a plugin mod that allows you to have mods on a bucket server, and that's its own special version of Minecraft. And that one updates even less because they have to have both the forge out and then the one for mods, right? So it's even more. I'm like totally off here. What am I doing wrong?
To that.
I need 3. But then if I do 3 here, then there's... Okay, yeah, it'll work. So it might be a while for that, Fritz. So I think what you're going to have to do is just carry on. Press on.
I don't know what to do without the forged microblocks.
Well, use the new stuff. Like, I've been using those new stone blocks to make all kinds of nice walls. They look like concrete. It looks more like concrete.
Yeah, I could
and
probably
different
make
kinds
a
of
parking
concrete.
garage.
Well, we need like a windmills, and we need... God, this is not clicking.
I could use forged micro... I want forged microblocks.
Okay, but you're gonna have to do things other than the forged microblocks. You're gonna have to move on. I mean, that's just the way it works, Fritz. I mean, you're gonna have to build something. We can't just have it... Your buildings can't just be like that for the next 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what you were doing with this one. It looked like it rained on it and like stuff fell off.
Kind of.
Well, I like this, but I like this, but maybe you should just work on the walkway and patio floor. So I guess what you were doing is you're gonna put a facade on the outside. Is that what you're?
What?
That's what that's called. Is a facade where you stick a block on the outside. It's like carpet, but for.
It's a what is it?
It's
panel.
just a panel. Yeah, it's called the facade in real life. And
it's
a panel.
And you actually just put it on there, and it's thinner than that, and it actually looks on there and it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it all around the building on the outside. I'm gonna put a different thing like a wall color or something in the inside. I'm gonna add even more detail. But some of the rooms are gonna have a different color.
I kind of like something like this.
Yeah.
Not on your building, but I mean just in general. I mean, how does it? Because like these things makes like extra detail when you do 2 together of these, because they're like halfway. See, and then you could put like lights in between or something. What do you think? Lever. No. I don't know. I kind of like this.
The lever out doesn't look any good.
Well, the lever, I'm just lighting it up. But like for an outside of a building, what do you think that would look like? Maybe I should do that on mine. What do you think for mine?
Sure.
Because look, I've got these corner edges right here. What it'll make us X. No. Oh. That's awesomely good looking. Look at that. What do you think?
Jump on that side of it.
Well, you can't. It's too small.
I wish. I should put something inside of there that look even better.
But that looks pretty cool. I like this. This is getting to be a good looking building.
I think
of something. Maybe it's a hotel or a store. Maybe this is just a store.
Yeah.
Like a Walgreens or something. Corner store. Get a pharmacy. A pharmacy. Then you could sell potions and stuff. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I could probably make one of those.
Make a pharmacy?
I'm also actually like going out in an area, so I want like 4 blocks out on each side of my fountain. Like on each flat side of my fountain, I want 4 blocks out.
Yeah.
So it's like an even square, and the point of the fountain is in the middle of the square.
Yeah. I think this looks pretty good. Like this.
And obviously the building has to be taller than the fountain. And that fountain's pretty tall.
Yeah.
That's about worth, I think, 6 floors for you.
6 floors for me?
I think that's 6 floors high. My fountain.
Yeah.
And then my
this is
and then my building's gonna be really high.
Oh, you know what? That shouldn't go there. Like that.
And then maybe I should work on making a TV tower, but I kind of want to use a forged micro block to make a better one. Because you get skinnier poles. Like a pillar.
Right. But that's the thing. Everything you want to do has forged micro blocks. But look, see, I made a building without forged micro blocks.
It doesn't look as good as it would.
Well, I understand that. It doesn't look as good as it. Well, you know, the previous city had some pretty big, nice stuff in it, big buildings, and you know, I think we need to make bigger stuff. That's the other thing is, you know, we do make.
Well, that building's gonna be really big.
Yeah.
Trust me, and when we get the mods, I want to go up on the moon or make a space station and work on making the Death Star for you.
Make a Death Star for me. I'm gonna make a space hotel when we get that. I think this is gonna be a hotel right here. This whole spot right here is it's gonna be a big building right here, and then maybe a smaller one, and then a pool in the middle.
The space station's kind of buggy for the space station's kind of weird for the multiplayer, because actually if you create your own space station, you have someone you have one of your friends come on and you have them try to go to your space station and isn't there.
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't show up, because Cammy made one and then didn't show up for me, and I made one and didn't show up for her. I don't know why.
I don't know.
So I just decided. So I think we're gonna do it on the moon. I'm just gonna go high up. When you get on the moon, you're gonna be surprised how big it's gonna be. It's gonna be huge.
See, this is the stuff that takes forever.
Because I'm like, gonna take forever.
I'm doing. I like this polished andesite. Andesite. This is one of my favorite new blocks.
Yeah, it looks like concrete.
It looks like concrete, and all it is really just has this little edge around it.
And it's also got like the little greenness, like normal concrete would have.
Yeah.
Like from the water.
Oh, good. I already had this one done.
That could probably be for an underwater tunnel, because you know, like the water starting to do stuff to it.
Yeah.
It looks realistic.
Let's see. I forgot. I have to go back and check and see which.
Like you can see all the green, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
See, I'm working on this. Working on this side.
I found some more.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Well, let me go back. I'm gonna fill this in over here.
I'm probably gonna use like the cobble floors. I'm gonna switch out from my normal cobblestone to the new cobblestoney and smooth blocks.
Yeah.
And actually, you don't have to smelt these ones. The andesite, the granite, and andesite. And what's the other one? The white one? What's that one called again?
I don't know. The white stone, the new one. Oh yeah, this one.
Polished Durnanite.
And I noticed too, like if you're in a cave, because I was tunneling down there, and you see all this, it actually really lights up. It makes it very, very bright. And
also, that stuff is really, really common. It's not rare.
Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah, in fact, it's on the iPad now. I play.
That goes in. Okay, so this is going this direction.
I play this game on the iPad. And actually, it's on the that block is on it, and like I want in a cave and survival mode, because now there's infinite worlds, and I want in a cave and survival mode because there's caves now in it. And I just sold that stuff everywhere, and Now I was only like not very far down the cave, and I just saw that stuff everywhere. And I got like hundreds of block.
They're very common, but it's nice now to have more.
Have 'em.
Yeah, building materials.
And it's actually really, really nice building materials. In fact, like I could probably
Go ahead and make one right here.
I think
Trying to decide if I need another.
I think we could actually
power rail
probably
here.
make a was it Perugia City 2?
Well, we're not going to call it that. We need to make a name for our city, so that when people download it,
Yeah, we
they
need
will
to
have
make, we need to make a city for download.
Well, this is what this is. This is going to be, we're all going to work on this, and then it's going to be,
download.
it's server, but then
download.
right, people will be able to download it.
So they can play it single player.
Right, yeah, and well, or whichever. Because
what
we're going to have is, only certain people. It's just the way it works. I'm sorry that you can't have everyone on the entire internet be able to help you build. But it just doesn't work out. Like in those Plot Me servers, they look junky. There's just people, will build their own stuff, and that's kind of nice to have and all. But some people's things, it just doesn't match, and we want
it doesn't match.
You want to have stuff that matches with this. So
like we can have a few people on. It's just that the plot areas we're gonna have a giant plot, but their plot areas is gonna be far off in the ocean, up in the air.
Well, it's going to be huge. The plot, these plots
are going to be big.
It's going to be like a city.
It's going to be about the size of that whole plot that I got to build in. But this city's going to be bigger.
This whole complex here would be like a plot.
Yeah, and
everything you see would be one plot.
But this thing,
it's like a city.
But the city like we're working on is going to be the biggest. Because it's the main city.
I have an idea, Fritz. What would be good is. And since the people that we're going to have on here, we kind of trust, so that way we don't, we could just say, well, your city goes to this island. So what happens is that you can get a whole plot, and the plot would be like this whole biome right here that stretches off into here, and this mountain and this whole area, and you build another city.
And we'll make like a wall.
And no, we don't have to. Well, you can if you want, but otherwise, we make roads that connect to other people's cities.
Match properly with. Like the city
but that way, see, like instead of building inside the same city, because people have different, like the way I build things looks a little different than the way you build things, and then the way Cami builds things. So that way, everybody has their own city, and the cities have their own themes. There might be like an emerald city. There might be, a diamond city.
Well, we can make like a wall around one city.
I've done that before. We make a wall. And that, once we get...
probably we could see if you can code something or do something, like you can do something to where it looks, on your outside of that zone, it looks like a wall, but when you get inside, you can see through it, but you can't see the other city or something, but, like, you could see through it or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We could probably just make a giant wall or something and have like a big glass roof.
Yeah. I'll figure something out for you. Don't worry. Let's see. No, I want... This one will be that. This one will be the double.
Just, we don't want like the...
No.
We don't want like the third class stuff looking into the really nice and fancy first class things in the first class... For the really nice fancy first class things looking into the third class things that doesn't match. We don't want it to look like that.
You don't want it to look like that, huh? Okay.
Then it just doesn't look right.
There we go. That's the directional. See it?
Yeah, and actually if we get Railcraft, we can actually make a directional rail thing.
I'm gonna need power here. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Once we get some mods on there, which will hurt our city in the long run, Fritz, because then people won't be able to download it correctly. But it's just more fun for us, so, that's what we care about. We're not really for making money with YouTube or all this. We're just doing this for fun. All right, let me get off of here. And let's see if this... So this is time-consuming, right? All this little detail work, because, like, those other city builds... don't have this kind of stuff in it.
Yeah, they don't add the detail. They just throw it they just throw it together.
Yeah, throw it together. So
Like
I'm
the
hoping
Pergius
we'll
City.
keep this one kind of going.
Because like Pergius City and all that stuff, it's got some pretty cool redstone contraptions and it's got nice builds, but I noticed the subways, they're really, really small. They're small, and then they just end off, like they just go to nowhere, just a few places, and then they have no rail.
Yeah.
And they just end up with a bunch of redstone torches.
Okay, that is...
I go everywhere, it doesn't have any detail.
Just bugs you, huh?
Yeah, it just bugs me, because, I mean, it's a really nice city, but...
And I've also got to figure out this thing of how many of these... many of these directional deals do I need? How often? You know, like, how often would you be hitting something and going the wrong way? You know, like, I don't think you will need one until maybe right here, because this is where you're going to drop in, right?
Yeah, you don't need one so often.
But I think
I'm
right here,
the same thing, too.
You definitely need one here, because this is where you drop in. Right here. Like, this is where you're going to drop from here. So the chances of you going backwards right here is pretty high. So I'm going to stick one there. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, Fritz, I think we're good for this episode. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's been 30 minutes, and we don't want to go over that. And I got to edit. I got to edit your craziness out, right? Okay, so if I go this way, I'm going to hit that, right? And that's okay. You don't have to, like... You don't get that frustrated if you only went that far backwards. It just always bugs me when you're on these rails, and then you like that, and you're like, and you go backwards for, like, you know... An hour, yeah.
But let's say you're going on this super huge rail and you got so far. This one just pushes you.
So annoying.
And you go and you have to go all the way back to the station.
So I think maybe...
You can reverse.
Maybe
like
right here.
Actually, like the whole rail is power rails, and then you go all the way back to the cart station. And you're like, or otherwise, like you get out of your cart and then you just lose your cart and you don't have another one, and you just walk back to the railroad station.
And this is power here, so then we
annoying.
Go power all the way out there. Okay, see, and so we have one every so often, right?
Yeah, so you don't. It's not so annoying.
Not so annoying, because it doesn't take that long. And again, once we get world edit, these things will, like, if we're doing a really long stretch,
this thing won't take that long.
Well, yeah, and it'll be copied right in. So, you know, right now we're doing it by hand, but hey, even in creative, I'm like, oh, this is taking forever. I'm even doing it in creative, and it's taking forever because I'm like, I need world edit.
Everything that you see in the server right now, except for that giant dirt platform, which that was done by MC Edit.
Yeah, everything is by hand.
Except we can't do that much stuff like that, like World Edit can and MC Edit. But
I like my building. You like my building?
Yeah, but like the whole giant platform, that giant dirt platform that my building's on is done by MC Edit. But everything else with that you see is actually done by hand.
And these are the new doors too.
Except the terrain.
These are jungle doors.
Yeah, those are junglewood doors. I really like the new doors. In fact,
like the new doors.
I have the birchwood doors at my building area.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we'll see y'all later, right, Fritz?
Yep.
And let us know how we're doing, and we will make this available very soon for people to look at, right? Mm-hmm. And download and play with and all that great stuff. I'm working on that. I'm working on it. Okay? All right, so we'll see you later.